Hello everyone and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. So tonight we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5 Tournament Qualifier number 5. On commentary we will have Akol and Gold Quiver, and on tracking we will have Godlink and Vimilia. So thanks everyone and have a great race.
Yeah, hello, welcome to our Season 5 qualifier. We've got 4 new runners going this time, and we are going to have a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, hopefully this will be a better seed than last.
Yeah, I think we've had Tower of the Gods as one of the dungeons for every single qualifier up until this point, and the last 2 races requiring that to be leafless, which is a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, no fun, same thing. Hopefully we won't see that this time, though. We'll get some variety in the dungeons, and maybe some. I'm feeling maybe like an FF, maybe a Wind Temple and DRC. That's my prediction. I don't actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a Season 5, so we've got 2 big changes this time. We have chest type matches contents, and we have hints. So right off the bat, you're probably going to be seeing everyone jumping into the water, talking to their boat, talking to Coral, grabbing all of those hints, which are going to give us a bunch of different types of useful items to grab. Yeah,
the hints are very valuable. You want to get them as soon as you can whenever you start the seed. So they really just determine where you're going to start, where you're out. Maybe you go outset first. Maybe you go DRC. Maybe you go Windfall first on the rare chance. So they really open up the start of the seed.
Yeah, we have gotten seeds before where the first 4 path hints are all Windfall is the path to this, Windfall is the path to this, Windfall is the path to this.
Basically, go to the island that has 18 checks.
No. But as well, the other big change, we have chest type matches contents. So we're going to be looking at the types of chests. We won't have to necessarily gather them. We are going to have, if we see a brown chest, we can just leave it alone. If we see a spiky chest, those are the ones that we're going to want to collect.
Yep. And keys will be in a sort of yellowish, gold, blue sort of color. Those are only in dungeons. There's no key sandy or anything like that, so see those when we get there. But yeah, those are the 3 types of chests.
Looks like we are going to be starting momentarily, I believe. And by momentarily, oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm way out to lunch. Fairly soon.
Be under a minute. Yeah.
Yes, don't forget Grandma. Hopefully we'll see if Grandma's going to be required or not. She is a long check. It does take a lot of effort and time to save Grandma, so you can't fault people for not wanting to do that.
You do get brownie points though for saving Grandma. You do get brownie points. That's your slam.
All right, and we are going to be off here.
Islet of Steel.
And we're starting with the Skullhammer.
We got Spytron instantly warping away, not opting to go into Islet of Steel, while the other 3 seem to be checking their hints, writing them down. Going straight to Windfall. I wonder if he's going to do the same thing as Jim did the other day.
Maybe read his hints at a time where he's just waiting for Mila or some other opportune moment. Fire Mountain is barren. That's probably a relief for some people. Fire Mountain is a very long check that takes a long time to do for 1 item, possibly.
Yeah, as an S+ tier. Foolish hint right there.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting Earth Temple, Wind Temple, and Forsaken Fortress, I believe. Oh no.
Yeah, I think Forsaken Fortress.
Maybe, yeah.
It looks like BPR is dead, so I don't think many people will go for Cliff Plat into BPR. Or if they do, they'll just do the Cliff Plat portion of that.
Oh, we're getting, looks like we're getting 2 different hints for bottles. We've got a bottle in Ganon's Tower Maze and a bottle at Horseshoe Golf.
I wonder which one most of the runners will get. If I had to guess, it'd probably be the Horseshoe one. Hey, Butterlord's the only one going into Islet of Steel. It does take a little bit of time. You have to wait for the boat to shoot the others.
Yeah, it is pretty quick to sail there, but at the same time, you're right there, so you may as well, right?
Yep.
Well, and there we see Spytron reading his hints while going through setting up this door cancel storage, it looks like. Or the store cancel, yeah. He's going to be most likely opening up the door, making the screen completely black, and then really affecting his hitbox so that he can do all sorts of crazy things.
Yep.
And
Who
there he
needs
goes.
walls? Or floors occasionally. Sometimes you just fall straight through the floor. It's wonderful.
But since he's talking to Killer Bees to start that now, it's gonna regain camera control to be able to see where he's going while still having door cancel.
Alex
got
Steele
lyric.
has nothing. Just some rupees, I guess. Grab some early on. Be nice for windfall checks. Maybe some mail some stuff off. Depends on how early you get delivery bag, really.
Looks like Lyric's jumping into Cliff Plateau, which is very understandable. A couple items, you can already do it as fast as possible, and if you get any more items that can open up more windfall checks before you go there, that's a really good play to go.
Yep. We have a bait pearl on the House of Wealth. Classic.
Kind of a surprise we have no Tower of the Gods for once, so
Yeah.
everyone's probably relieved for that.
Definitely, yeah.
I find Windfall is one thing that it's always really difficult to route exactly where you want to go. Like it's not too bad if you don't open up any new checks, but if you start picking up a random delivery bag or random letters, it can change what you have in mind like really quickly.
Yeah, I love how there's no good way or set meta route to really do Windfall in this season, it seems so far. Whereas Season 4, you had 6 checks, you kind of knew you could do all of them Sphere 0. This season, it's really depends on what items you get. It's really nice.
Alright, we've got a couple people running around, grabbing these tricky killer bees, so Tifa getting a little bit juked by Ivan.
Yep.
Not too bad.
That's why he's making me incredibly nervous with how he rolls through the walls. I keep thinking he might void out. A little scary.
Yeah, with that door cancel that Spy has, it's very, very easy to randomly void out or just completely fall through the island. But he's doing a Lenzo door cancel now. We're going to get 2 checks here.
Both
There we
wouldn't.
go.
Feels good to see that punished. Just maybe a bit biased there.
Yeah, Grand Admiral mentioning we've got a sword in Mother and Child Islands as well, so will be required. It doesn't really open up too much. Possibly a Phantom Ganon, but there's Butter with a hookshot on top there as well.
If I had to guess, I'd say that's Windfall to Helmarok, one of our path hints. Started with Hammer, so unless there's a leaf somewhere else, or maybe Bob.
Yeah, Windfall to Hemrock should be pointing to either hookshot or leaf. That's our hookshot. That's a very good bet for sure.
If that's the case, then our hookshot has to lock the leaf, so like the leaf maybe behind Diamond Stepper, even behind Olive Forsaken Fortress. So might be a little bit before we see that.
Yes, unfortunately, we all are subject to Spy's character model staring at us throughout the entire seed. He doesn't have to look where he's going. He knows where he's going. He has to look at us. Lyric doing a nice little peek in the jail there to see if that chest is required, and it's not, so we can just leave. But we're going to be doing the exact same thing.
Yep, just tilt your camera through the wall, sidle behind the door. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard of a trick. But it's very useful for sure. Saves like a minute or two when you have to go through the maze. It's very nice.
So I didn't see where he got them, but Spy looks like he picked up a bait bag and a bow somewhere on Windfall here.
I'm not sure.
So that's going to be opening up possibly a warp to the Dragon Roost where we can get all the checks there, and maybe loop that into Popprint, Crescent Moon, something like that.
I'd be tempted to do outset, bait bag, bow, bottle. You can do most of the stuff. Maybe you wait till power bracelets, but you could argue you could wait till power bracelets for ET as well. So
yeah, I'd be tempted to wait for power bracelets to go to outset, because then you can only make a single stop there. It's great to not have to warp and sail. That takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Hey, Maggie's got the snot for us today. Good meme item.
Butterlord jumping into Popprint because that is our other path to Helmarok.
That makes sense,
So
yeah.
He has the hookshot, then it makes sense that would be the leaf or something that leads to leaf.
Yeah. Or bombs.
Bombs
Definitely.
as well. Yes.
Yeah. You just hope they're not locked behind one of the other rocks.
I mean, leaf and bombs, I'd probably say those are probably the two most useful items you can get.
Definitely, yeah. We have a Tingle statue. That's a little sketchy so far. That's not what you want to see as a path item.
That Tingle statue could be our path to the leaf, which means we might have to get all 5 of them, and then the leaf would be on ankle. Something weird like that.
Uh-oh. He's gonna have to make another trip here. Unless that Tingle statue is the path.
That's the downside of going to paw print. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but optimally you want to wait until you can just clear it so you don't have to sail back out here. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Actually, one of our item hints was the secret meeting photo between Pompey and Vera had the bait bag.
Okay.
That spy doesn't have a picto box, so I'm wondering if they just marked it as...
Yeah, don't know why he marked that as tracker. It's a little strange.
Something to keep an eye on. Keep getting a bit of money from Salvage Corps. Money is not entirely useless because we do have to buy bait, we have to buy Beetle's item, and since we can ignore the brown chests, we don't get a random 100 or 200 rupees. We kind of have to route in some money collection as well.
This definitely helps out for Zunari as well. Probably don't need more than like 100, 110 rupees maybe for the entire seed, but it's always good to get some early for sure.
Butterlord grabbing a boomerang on Crescent, which mostly useless this seed, but some people like using it on Mulgara.
Looks like he doesn't have the bow, so we could use that on DRI if you wanted to do that now. Spy's tracker indicates he has a bow, but don't remember him picking one up.
Yeah,
maybe
that was another hint. The Stalfos Crypt and Earth Temple will have a bow, so I wonder if Spy marks his items before.
That's an interesting way of doing that. So like I would just think that, oh, I just have the item, and then I might confuse myself, but if it works for him, it works.
It looks like Lyric and Spy are probably going to be finishing up on Windfall pretty soon here. Butterlord going to, that's Cliff Plateau?
Yep. Tifa getting the bad news about the Tingle statue.
Yeah, you can see Butterlord did a little peek there at the top of Cliff Plateau, which is good because if Bird's Peak Rock is empty, you don't have to collect that chest if it's nothing. If Bird's Peak Rock has something, you'll usually get it anyway just to get the storage to get in there, but Bird's Peak is hinted dead, so we can just try to peek it from here. Save a bit of time. Ooh, a shard on Miss Mary. Miss Marie? Mary? However you want to pronounce that.
Yep. Maybe she's married because she's got all the joy pendants. I could see them doing a pun like that.
Very merry. Beetle not helping us out too much this seed.
I'm wondering what... Oh, I guess the up top chest must be spiky. On Butterlord's side. That must be why. Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't spiky, he could just completely get out of there right away, but...
Yeah. We do have our first visit to Outset. Little Spy trying to be a good grandson. Save Grandma.
Magus Letter on top of Cliff Plateau. Yeah, this is 10 minutes into Outset. That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is Outset. Oh, okay. He's choosing not to do any of the Outset things, going straight for Horseshoe, it looks like? Or is this Diamond Step? Can't tell from the outline.
Golf, that looks like Horseshoe. He's going straight west, so I think Golf was hinted as a bottle.
That makes sense.
A bottle to get your fairy? Looks like...
Oh, he's got 2 bottles. Okay, yeah, it confused me. He's got 2 bottles marked on his tracker, his own personal tracker. But
Spy's trying to throw us off.
Yep. First he's got the backwards model, now he's marking things he doesn't have.
Yes, Getting Hero, right, Outset Island was hinted dead, so no checks on Outset Island will have anything.
Thank you.
Grandma, saving Grandma is not an Outset check, it's a mail check, so she could still have something for us.
Yep.
But everything else on Outset does not need to be picked up for sure. Well, they're jumping into Diamond Step early here. Or not early, no, he's got Thug Shot.
Diamond stepped on time.
She's got Thug Shot, sorry.
Yep.
I'm going to see Spytron doing some leafless golf.
This trick is very tough. It's very finicky too, sometimes. Feels like it.
Can be very precise, yeah. Sometimes you'll be practicing it and it'll... Ooh, that's a bit of a rough jump there.
Definitely tough. It's not an easy trick. See Butterlord stored the chest on top of the boulder, and he's going to do a little peek. He's going to dive underneath the island, and he's going to go just walk up the wall, because you can do that. Chest storage is very powerful.
He's going to channel his inner mountain goat, and Tifa is going to be doing the same thing very shortly here as well.
Yep. It's Breath of the Wild before it was cool.
This is some of the things that storage lets you do. It just affects your hitbox so much so that it detects there's a slight incline. It doesn't care. It's just going to put you there.
That was
It'll let you do whatever you want.
For Spy on Leafless Horseshoe? I've never seen that setup before. I have to try that out.
Is that a
Oh.
jump slash? Ooh.
Butterlord falling down. You can recover here.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
It's pretty tough, though. You have to get lucky in the ESS, which is you hold the stick outside the dead zone. You should rub up against these walls, but it's very finicky.
You have to move as little as possible, and if you get lucky, it'll clip you back on top here.
It certainly feels like
very
RNG. Yeah. Can't save or by. Oh,
Last second he gets it.
that was clutch. That was very clutch.
Gonna be making his way back around, and we'll see Tifa going for the save, the same chest here.
Yep.
And they're just gonna make her way over as well.
Picked up the spoils bag somewhere. Must have missed that. It's always good to see the spoils bag. Unless you're in an all sandy, then you don't want to see that.
It's like Lyric got the Ghost Ship shard in Diamond Step, I believe. And Celestial Panda's mentioning that. Yeah, that's the only where you get it in the normal game, right? Maybe not that exact chest, but.
I think so. I think it's that or in the torches area, but I'm pretty sure it's in Diamond Step. It's been a hot minute since I played Vanilla.
Tifa gonna show us what's on top of Dragon Roost here.
Bait Pearl.
It's a
classic.
big bait. Useless.
Yep.
Well, not entirely useless. Not entirely. It does affect the wind when you're going into DRC. But actually, no. We don't have DRC. Sorry. Yeah, it is you.
Yes.
That's going to do nothing for us. I have to remember some of the dungeons sometime because I think some of the hints where Dragon Roost Island is on the path, and you think Dragon Roost Island, you immediately think Dragon Roost Cavern.
Yeah. It's definitely confusing. DRI, DRC, very similar.
I think we have had a couple people DNF because they marked off one of the hints. Oh, Tifa picking up the Master Sword there, but I think they've been marking off the hints like accidentally. I think in Earth Temple there's a Stalfos Crypt and there's a Stalfos mini-boss, so accidentally marking the wrong one can just leave you completely lost.
Yeah.
You have to be very accurate.
That's one of the very few downsides of the hints system in CTMC. If you miss peek a chest, it's pretty much game over. Like, you just might completely forget about it.
Butterlord grabbing the command melody off of, I believe that was a mail check, maybe Pharaoh's Pearl mail?
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to be required since we have Wind Temple. He's also peeking the top of Cliff Plateau, seeing that they need it, or she needs it, but I believe that's also just going to be a useless pearl.
We have Angular to Mulgara. I wonder if that's... Okay, so we have hints for... I know we started with Hammer. We just got Command Melody from Mail. Wondering if that's maybe Iron Boots or maybe even a leaf up there. And I wonder if it's locked behind two shields.
Yeah, Iron Boots or leaf, for sure.
Could just be sitting out there. Underlord's going to be doing Forsaken Fortress without bombs, which is pretty trivial. You can kind of just sit up next to the gate, and the cannons are bad security. They just shoot it down. So, I wonder if they're secretly working for us or what. But you can just go right in. Gonna go to the
I think
chest
they've had
box.
enough of their job. They're just
Doesn't pay enough. Yep.
you just want to blow stuff up, you know. Some days you just want to blow it as much as you can.
We are seeing what's inside the ghost ship. Lyric's showing us that right now. I assume it was Spiky because she is doing the combat right now.
Yeah, she has the hook shot, so you can bump the Woods Robe in there to stop them from spawning enemies. So it's not the worst. But sometimes you can get unlucky with where they spawn as well. Optimally, you'll just want a bow or even the leaf to skip the entire thing. Right, we're gonna see what's in. Is this our first ghost ship item here?
Yep. Delivery bag. That is very important.
Yeah, that's
Got a
gonna open
wallet.
a lot of checks on Windfall.
Yeah. Got a wallet and Forsaken Fortress so far. Nothing else of note.
We were actually hinted a wallet in Needle Rock Cave.
Interesting.
So
We'd be able to skip
Butterload's
that.
gonna
That's very
be able to
nice.
skip that one.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a pretty long check to get.
It definitely is.
It's nice that you compare it in with shooting down the chest that's on the island itself, but if you go there just for that one, it's
Yeah, now you can go there with only bait bag, which was hinted from secret meeting photo, so you don't have to worry about double dipping. It's very nice.
yeah. This is the kind of seed that I know I would mess up because I usually keep in mind which locations have items to gather, rather than what the specific item is. So I'll be the kind of person to get both wallets, get both bottles, be like, oh, why did I get this?
Yeah. Playing
At
some
least-
tennis.
Vitron saving grandma there as well, if I saw that correctly.
He's a good grandson.
Speedrun saving grandma.
Yep. He wins in our hearts.
Lord is taking down Phantom Ganon here, which is it's a better option now that we can't rule out if he has a chest or not. You see that
Yep.
more often because you can take him out and then just store the chest up to Helmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he's gonna do the storage spot over by the pegs, or if he's just gonna save quit here and go somewhere else? This spot is very finicky. It's annoying with all the mini blends. Wonder if he's gonna show us the space mini blend.
Well, I saw him practicing this on stream. He launches them into
Yeah.
space so they don't bother him. Yeah.
There they go. That's always fun to watch. Feels good to watch too because they're so annoying.
Keep making our way through Ghost Ship here. You can peek the chest from there as soon as you jump up on that ledge, but it is very, very tricky to see. Oh, there's... Lyric gets another bottle on Cafe Bar Postman. That's our third bottle that we know about, right?
Yeah, it's not a
Not
bad
the
one to
thing
skip to get either because you can skip Horseshoe entirely, which is
Absolutely.
pretty nice. Quite a it's a longer check for sure.
So we had 2 hinted bottles, and Lyric's first one is none of them. Oh, wow.
I wonder if we'll get bottle percent. I mean, I doubt anybody will go for the Again's Maze bottle, but
Theoretical
never know.
12%. Tifa doing a strat here where you can just jump down through that little clip. You've got the hook shot and go right up to that last chest there. Feels really quick. Feels really good.
yep. Another single statue. We're up to 3, I think. I mean, it's hard to keep track of 4 people, but I think we have the same 3 across all the runners.
Yeah, we can see on some of the trackers, we have some of 1, some of 2. I think Tifa's got 3 now, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a little peek of that chest. I think it was just a split second that Great Fish Isle chest was visible.
Yeah.
We don't have the leaf, so we can't get it if it was something or not, but you can still see it beforehand.
Butterlord's
Yes,
going to be doing a trick here, where he stores this cutscene, and he's able to move around in it, and we're going to cheese the bird fight, just standing on top of the cage down below. Moves a lot of the RNG. It's a very nice trick. Definitely one of the first ones that a lot of people learn storage for. They started out.
It's so much faster than having the bird just fly around, come down, you get one hit, they fly off, and it probably saves like 4 or 5 minutes just by itself, eh?
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like Tifa's going into the ghost ship now.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna pick up that delivery bag.
The delivery bag hasn't, I don't think it's done the most for us yet, but it absolutely could. There's still plenty open. It'll let us mail the letters, it'll let us use Cabana Deed if we don't want to skip that.
Yep, Lyric's going to show us what's on Zunari now. Note to Mom, another
mail.
potential item. Could be useful.
That just feels so trolly in some sense. You get the delivery bag and do a huge delivery bag check, and then you get another item that you have to use the delivery bag for. It's like it just uses an artificial amount of time.
Yep.
Oh, do you have having a little bit of trouble with the pose being a little bit annoying here?
Yeah. Lyric's playing College Student Simulator, trying to find some money on the ground. Too poor to mail off something. There we go. Should be enough money. I think it's close enough. Should be 5 rupees from Windfall.
Yeah, I think only 5 for Note from Mom here. We can see Tifa grabbing as much money as she's going to need for the rest of the run from Ghost Ship here. Ghost Ship has a lot of money.
Yep, definitely makes sense. It's a smart play, for sure.
I know I appreciate finding random money on the ground, so if I have the chance to do it, I'm going for it.
Yep.
Alright, one thing that does seem a little interesting is that clearing out your dungeons never really seems like a bad idea. Oh, actually, Lyric just got a Triforce Shard from Note from Mom there, I think.
It's required, but doesn't really help us. The Steed's being very stingy so far.
Yeah, no progression, but that does mean you have to complete Zunari, and I know a lot of people will put that off because it is a long check.
Definitely, yeah.
And Tifa should be picking that up relatively soon as well if she wrote that in.
Yep. See what Errol Mail has on Butterlord's side. Nothing. I mean money, but
No,
pretty
you're
much
not gonna have to worry about money now.
Yep.
We do know we have another shard in Earth Temple, all Floor Master's room. And a bow in Earth Temple as well, so Earth Temple is pretty loaded. It might not be a bad idea to jump in there as soon as we have the items too.
Yeah. Preferably want the leaf and bombs, and a bow probably before you go in there, but definitely better to do it earlier than later. We're gonna see what's on Angular. Angular's path to Mulgara. We're gonna see if it's on the peak. I think it's spiky up there. Yep, it is spiky.
It has been spiky every path I've seen there, even though it is theoretically possible that it's just the cave chest, which is the path.
Yep.
So I'm always paranoid it's going to be.
Yep. Definitely want to come here until you can check both on the option. Okay, there's the leaf just sitting there.
That's a pretty good item.
That means Windfall to Helmrock can't be grappling hook, or can't be hookshot. So Windfall to Helmrock has to be bombs. So bombs are somewhere on Windfall.
Well, the hookshot was on Windfall, right? So that could just be our path to...
But since hookshot and leaf were both open in Sphere 0, one doesn't lock the other, so neither can be path.
All right. Yeah, I still have a little bit to learn about the logic of these hints, but I think that makes sense.
I understand it correctly, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Butter picking up the leaf there as well. Let's see how long Spy and Tifa go without that. It is a long sail to Angular. I think it's the longest single sail in the game.
Yeah, it is.
So you really want to try putting that off until you have Mirror Shield, and since everyone except Lyric has one shield, it might be worth it to try waiting to see if you find the second before you go there.
Yeah, it's definitely risky on the off chance the cave has something, because then you have to make that sail again, and potentially even another warp over there, which takes more time as well. So, but it looks like it paid off this seed.
Do you know what we found on Dragon Roost Island? I know Spy and Lyric look like they're doing it now, and that was our path to Jalhalla, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
People practicing their squats waiting for Mila. It's a good pastime. It's tricky to route in everything that you want to do with Mila because it's either really short or really long, and if you take too long, then you got to restart it, and that does not feel good.
Yeah. Do not want to get caught.
She also has X-ray vision.
Yep.
see- I think she only sees in like the XY coordinates. She doesn't consider how high up you are, so she can just see you straight through walls while you're on the windmill. Right through the floor.
That's very strange.
I'm guessing that's what I've experienced. I don't know if that's actually it, but yeah,
Superhuman.
Superwoman. Iron boots on Mila, which it looks like Spy has, but yeah, only Tifa and Spy with iron boots. So that could be our path to Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking Mulgera when I'm looking at Helmarock. I'm a little bit. So yeah, angular path to Mulgera. That's absolutely got to be the leaf then.
Yep.
Looks
Makes
like
sense.
Spy is going to be heading down there and finding the good news. Oh yeah, now that Lyric has the leaf, actually, she doesn't have to dive underneath the island. She can just walk up, leap over. It makes it a lot quicker.
Yep. It's definitely a very nice time save. And it's easier, so you don't have to worry about falling off.
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone will agree with you, Aquilina. Leaf, I would say, is probably the best item in the game,
Yep.
or the most useful item in the game when it comes to speedrunning, at least.
Wind Waker's up there too, but yeah.
Yeah, the Wind Waker does enable storage, so there's something to be said for that. Alright, we're gonna get a peek into Angular Cave here by Spytron.
It's like it is spiky.
Oh,
So they are going to have to
Spytron-
come back for that, everybody who didn't have the mirror shield.
Yeah, Spytron does have the mirror shield. Where did he get that?
I have no clue.
Or if maybe one of our trackers might be able to.
Yep.
I don't know. It can be tricky as well if we store certain chests. It's can be tough to remember which ones they were. But
Yep.
either way, Angular Cave is required, so Spytron's going to be had an advantage there, not having to double dip Angular.
There's a sword. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm guessing Spytron stored a chest. Maybe that one on Dragon Roost was a stored shield.
That would make
DRI.
sense. Yeah, you're right to Jawhala for a shield. Definitely makes sense. Lyric's going back in, or is this? Okay, this is Lyric's first dip into Popprint Cave. We're gonna get the Tingle statue here. Not gonna get anything else, fortunately. The bombs and the grappling hook are still elusive so far.
Popprint being path to Helmarock, then that has to be our something in here has to lead to bombs, I suppose.
Maybe Pictobox or letters. So I'm thinking makes
Yeah,
the most
so-
sense out of those.
So the chest on the boulder in DRI was path to Jalhalla, most likely to get a shield.
Okay.
Popprint is our path to Helmarock, which has to be bombs at this point. So either bombs are in Popprint or Tingle statues will lead to bombs or something like that. Our Lord grabbing the delivery bag. Tifa working on some mail checks here. Spy's doing a
Spy
super
did.
swim there.
Yep.
Sorry if I didn't notice that in time, but yeah, that does shake the screen quite a lot. It is difficult to, it can be a little bit weird if you're photosensitive, so sorry for missing that warning there.
Yep. You can kind of just walk up the wall here again with storage. It's a wonderful glitch, really. And he's going to be able to get what's up top here. Normally you need a pear and a bait bag. Use the bird, but you can just roll on up. It's a piece of heart. Get a little bit punished for that.
Yeah, the bait bag is slow, so we don't want to use that if we can help it.
It is, yep.
Yeah, I think there are ways to, like the only check that's locked by bait bag is Big Pig, and outside is dead this seed, so it's possibly that we don't even need to get bait bag, which is the secret meeting photo. So
Ooh, a good
we
point,
might
yeah.
actually get to completely skip that one.
Lyric showing us what was behind the spiky chest on Great Fall that she peeked a while ago. Another Tingle statue.
Not a statue.
I'm beginning to suspect the Tingle statues might have an item.
It really feels like that a lot of the time, but sometimes
Yep.
they just bait you so hard.
Yep.
Keep it saving grandma. Good
Butterlord.
grandkid.
Yep. Butterlord's going back into Pauper, and he's going to be able to get the last chest behind the boulder with a little trick idle behind the rock here. And we'll get confirmation on whether the Tingle statue is indeed path to Helm Rock.
And Spytron making an interesting play, dipping into Wind Temple, which I guess they have all the items to complete it, right?
Yeah, it should be 13 out of 13. Full clear.
Yeah, it kind of sucks to do it without bombs, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yep.
That's pretty spicy. Well, yeah, Butterlord doing the little hover underneath.
Very nice. Okay, so bombs are just sitting there. So Windfall to Helm Rock would be power bracelets then?
Yeah, that would make sense. If Windfall to Hemrock is power bracelets lock those bombs there. That could absolutely be it. But
Yeah.
oh, that is a rude placement for bombs. That kind of
It's very mean.
logically
Push.
needs power bracelets for that.
Yep.
Lyric saving soup as well, or yeah, saving soup, getting soup by saving grandma.
Spy is running from the Wizrobe as Makar, planting some trees, turning off the wind.
Things are a little questionable, but I think we have all of our path hints fulfilled now. What I find a little funnier is just all of the multiple bottles and multiple wallets that we've got hinted that we already have versions of those that weren't hinted, and so there's just going to be free Baron checks.
Yep.
Yeah, we have overall 20 runners in this race. So we've ZSR's been doing a good job of choosing different people to restream, so we get to see a little bit of everybody. Still 27
Spy does not have
on the
Earth
locals.
Temple open. Spy doesn't have power bracelets, so he cannot access Earth Temple logically. He could door cancel in, but that's a risky play since you can't beat Jalhalla, and it's Earth Temple, so
Yeah, you need power bracelets to beat Jalhalla. You have to lift him up so you can throw him into the spikes.
we've got Intern Island over on Butterlord's side. Worst island in the game.
It would be better if the ledges were consistent, because this first one when you're running over to the switch is such a... Nope. Looks like we won't have to do it anyway.
That's always good.
No bomb island.
CTMC is one of the best changes, just for that alone. Spy
Yeah,
is going to take the car. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, yeah, since we peeked that chest, we don't see any spikes, we can just safely ignore it. It's not going to be anything important. I believe, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, Spy is escorting the car through. Now, he doesn't have bombs, so he can't store this chest that you normally would store. So, you have to take the Makar little onion with him. Normally, you just leave Makar behind. He's kind of useless after the third room. But today, we get to escort him.
Tifa getting some good news here as well. Single dip of Angler, getting that sword, and going to be picking up her leaf right after.
Yep, definitely a very nice time save.
Yeah, all the other people are going to have to sail back to Angular. Twice, that's going to be about a minute of time. It's a it's a long sail. Lyric picking up a bottle on golf. She already has a bottle, so that's maybe something that could have been skipped.
Yep.
But that's I probably would have done the exact same thing. Just remember, it's a place to get an item. Go and get it, and then regret that you didn't pay more attention.
Interesting. Butterlord stored the chest on top of Waterfall, but he's not going inside Cabana. Was Cabana hinted dead? No. Okay. He does have Cabana deed. That's right. That makes sense.
You could grappling hook to get into Cabana there, but
Taking the storage to BPR? No, BPR was hinted in Orange Ruby. I wonder who's taking this. Up a headstone, maybe? Looks like it's that direction.
Just checking to see what item that he stored. Didn't get an eye on that. But yeah, it's a bit of a sale. I haven't quite seen that route. Spy grabbing another spiky chest in Wind Temple here. Clearing it out early and looks like what was that, a spiky chest that I saw?
I'm pretty sure it was spiky. Oh, he must have fallen down. So he had to save warp out.
Yeah, falling down there is not a fun thing in any situation.
Yep.
Alright, Tifa jumping into Wind Temple here as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. A little painful without bow, especially. Do I have a bow, or did he mark this ahead? I think he marked the bow ahead of time. So he doesn't have a bow or bombs.
I don't think anybody has a bow yet.
It's very painful visit Wind Temple if you don't have either of those, but it's doable. Just you hope the Wizrobe mini-boss has nothing, because taking out that big Wizrobe with only the hookshot is a lot of hits.
By picking up another Triforce Shard in Wind Temple here. I'm going to do a neat little lip strat.
I have not
Get
seen
up
this.
on these spikes. You got a little bit of time to do that and not get hit. It's a little bit precise, but it's not the worst thing in the world. They're grabbing a sword and leaf from Mango here, so I'm sure everyone's very relieved to see the leaf after those last two qualifier seeds.
Yeah. No Tot G, no leaf behind Tot G. Very nice. The spy getting up onto the spikes now. I guess he just jump slash straight past. See what he gets. A Picto box. Picto deep in Wind Temple. Big Qual 1 vibes. Where's that Qual 2? I think it was Qual
power
1.
bracelets in the spiked room chest, so
That was entirely in logic too, so that puts the bombs into logic now.
I will say the leaf's been ugly, but Wind Temple has also been really ugly with how many items that it has as well, because this might want you to go into Wind Temple without bow or bombs. And
So Wind Temple, yeah. Windfall to Helm route actually now can be the hookshot, because hookshot is required to do that in Wind Temple. So that opens up the path for that again. But I don't think it matters too much at this point, but interesting to note.
But the logic of that is still mind-boggling how it works sometimes.
Yeah. It's very mean, for sure. Now he's gonna have to do this Wizard mini-boss with no bow.
I just missed what Lyric grabbed on top of Oasis there. Was that a Tingle statue?
We've got 4 marked on the tracker. Butterlord's only got 3. That might have been. I don't think it was, though. Sword? Okay.
Sword, okay, yes. Lyric having the full Master Sword there then. Mm-hmm.
One of our bows is hinted. We don't know where the other 2 are. Those are like probably the main items we're looking for at this point. Just, I think, a couple shards.
Yeah, we know where bombs are, but I think a lot of people are not going to get those until they get the power bracelets out of Wind Temple.
Yep.
Because that leaf strat in Pop Print is fairly tricky to get right. It's not something you do a lot.
Ooh, you can use the boomerang on these Wizrobes. That's good to know. Did not actually know that.
At least interrupt them from spawning new enemies, absolutely. Butter doing a very interesting storage spot here. Wind Temple Big Key in the mini-boss room, which technically not required. I don't know if it would be quicker to do the Big Key skip or to take out the mini-boss to get the Big Key. I think it's probably longer to do the mini-boss, but of course you never know if what they're going to have. It could be another progression item in there.
Oh, Mila. Don't turn around, Mila. That was... He was very close to being caught there. Did he
That would have been a nice
hit
minute.
the door before he did the storage? I'm curious what this is going to do. Okay, looks like it didn't do anything. Spy gonna do the very cool looking 7 armless room with sword slashes.
Getting it very
Always,
clean.
yeah, it's always very cool to watch.
Butter might have stored a door here, or no, maybe not.
That doesn't look like it. So he clears the storage. Otherwise, I think this door will... Okay, that worked. Did he maybe get the storage and then he got caught by Mila on the way down and she just kept walking? Because he stored that? I wonder if that's what happened.
I think she would have run away if that was the case.
Okay.
You might have to reset that, but I'm not entirely sure on that. I've seen a few people get caught off guard by being seen through the wall by Mila when you have storage active.
Yeah.
Your camera just kind of glitches a little bit and you don't necessarily realize it. You go into a door and then you don't teleport as you expect. Alright, they're heading up towards Wind Temple here as well, so we're going to have 3 people in Wind Temple at the same time. Butter missed the jump slash to get to Maggie's door. Okay. And then, yeah, at that point, you just finish off Mila and don't worry about the storage.
I thought there was a spiky chest on the top of Hub Room, but I guess not, because Spy chose not to get it, so... A little hard to see, but... He's doing now spring storage. This is very... I've never tried it myself, so I don't know how hard it is, but it's an interesting strategy.
Spy has practiced a lot of different types of storage. Jar pot push storage, skull push storage, a lot of unconventional methods. Alright, 3 of our runners in Wind Temple now, which looks like it's got a fairly decent chunk of items. Most notably with our power bracelets, which we will need.
Butterlord's going to be going for a super swim here, it looks like. So your photosensitive flashing lights look away from Butterlord's side of the screen. And we'll tell you when it's safe to look back.
You're kind of pot storage, skull storage. Maybe not the most unconventional, but not the first thing that comes to mind about the easiest way to
look back at Butterlord's side of the screen now. He took that storage up to Wind Temple, it looks like. We're gonna have all 4 runners in Wind Temple at the same time.
It's nice. It's so nice to be holding hands.
Yep. I believe Butterlord's the only one that did Forsaken Fortress, if I remember correctly. So, well, a slight advantage there.
No one else has bombs, so...
Yep.
I mean, it's not a... Yeah, like you said, it's easy to get in there without bombs, but...
Yeah.
Still makes you kind of question where the bombs could be or what could be leading to that. Maybe they're still thinking about some of their path hints.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to break logic for that, yeah.
Yeah, usually don't worry too much about breaking logic because you can get whatever whenever, but with these hints especially, it can get really confusing really fast.
The main question I'm wondering at this point is, where are these bows? Because more than likely, the bow in the basement is going to be our logical light arrows in Earth Temple, because most likely we're going to have a key. Well, okay, not most likely. I would say it's 50-50-ish on whether we have a bow or a key in left side, so...
I would love that hinted bow to be our first logical bow. I don't think it's possible because Earth Temple is... You need fire and ice arrows to get any distance in there, but...
Yeah. In theory, you could have all 3 keys on the first transparent chest and the 2 on the right side. It's technically possible, but very unlikely. I mean, it could also be in Floor Master's room. But we will see, I guess. Doesn't look like Wind Temple had a bow at all, because Spy's pretty much he's going to the boss right now. So he's got to kill all the enemies. That's the last thing he has to do.
Mm-hmm. We did have one hint that Earth Temple Floor Master room has a shard in it.
Okay.
At least one of those 2 chests has a shard in it. We have that command screen. There we are. Where are the damn bows exactly? Where are these bows? Makar giving Lyric a little reminder that, hey, maybe it looks like you can pull that head over there.
Yep.
Very useful, Makar.
Thank you, Makar. We appreciate your existence.
Yeah,
If I
right.
appreciate the existence, I mean, go away, Makar. I don't like you.
You can see right now Spy is doing the Stalfos without bombs or bow. That really... I mean, it's very doable, but it's so much slower than just blowing them up and then smashing them with a hammer.
Yeah. Looks like Lyric got grabbed by the Floor Masters. That's really unfortunate.
Oh yeah, the Flow Masters at the bottom there can be deceptively tricky. Like you just drop down, they're right there, right on you.
Yep. If you listen closely, you can hear the screams of Makar's pain. It gets sliced up. Music to my ears, really.
Thank you for bunching all of the Armos together. They're just grouping up like that. It's a big army coming her way.
Armos are definitely an annoying enemy to deal with. Just, you have to get right behind him to use a sword slash unless you want to use the bow, so definitely annoying to deal with.
It's nice that they have a Master Sword. It only takes one shot to get them. Alright, looks like Lyric opening up the Songstone here. I think Butter as well. Let you check the big key chest and come right back out, but we have Spytron here in Kill All Enemies room.
There's our bow. We're running out of spots for it to be.
What a wonderful bow placement, I love it.
Yep.
It's like, hey, you just cleared out the entire temple, here's your reward. Oh, these 3 Dark Nuts with only 2 hearts that Lyric's fighting. Oh, that's...
They have soup, I think. She has soup, I think. But it's still a very dangerous fight, especially if they do a jump slash.
That takes out that can take out 2 hearts at in one shot, can't it?
The black one can take up to 3, I think.
Ooh.
Maybe it's 2.5, but it's definitely more than 2. So it's definitely scary.
Alright, Spytron going to be the first one to be heading into Mulgera's boss arena. Oh, Lyric.
Oh. Very clench. It's a clencher.
Alright, and we don't have bombs here on Tifa's side, so this last one, I think you can...
You can do a jump slash. Yeah.
With the right timing.
It's trickier than the other jump slashes, I think.
Tifa doesn't look very pleased that fell down, which is very understandable. Because now you have all the enemies down here.
When this happens to me, I just let the Floor Master grab me because it's very annoying to deal with all the enemies.
Yeah, but Tifa's got the same idea. You're just gonna... You can just drop right down, go back in, and then try to get up there with your leaf.
Yep.
But I'm fighting Mulgera, if we can get our cat jams out.
Yep.
As is tradition.
I'm not logged in on this street of the restream view, so can't cat jam, but I will cat jam in spirit. Maybe one of you chat people can post the cat jam for me. Looks like Tifa's doing the same thing that Spy did to get up to the other chest. I guess I need to learn that. It's like a good strat to know. Thank you, Minato.
Yeah, it doesn't come into play all that often. Like there's a lot of tricks like that where if you don't get to practice them too much, it can be really questionable whether or not you can you want to try just doing your practice in a qualifier race.
Yep. Butter is going to have these bombs, so it's going to make it a bit easier. Not going to have to worry about that the last one. Also doing an interesting strategy. I think I like this. This looks very, very nice in terms of you don't have to move around at all.
Nice backflips and perfect returns, but yeah, you see how much easier Butter will have it with bombs in this one.
Yeah.
Butter, but the only one having bombs in this dungeon because our power bracelets are right there on that chest that Butter unlocked right now. And those lock our bombs.
All down anyways. That's rough.
Spatron finishing up with Megara. We're gonna have someone outside of Wind Temple? What? You could be grabbing those power bracelets and probably wondering who rolled the seed. No, it's not as bad as the last one, but that's still a very fun placement.
Yep. Glad it's an interesting seed at the very least.
Well, I guess that is the qualifier tradition. Hey, it seems like all the qualifiers are very interesting in some way.
Yep.
A little bit of something to keep you on your toes, to throw you for a loop.
Make sure you're practicing all the niche strats.
Alright, Spatron being the first one outside of Wind Temple with the power bracelets. Probably
So
thinking,
going straight to paw print, yeah.
Probably thinking, yeah, paw print is the path, but also Earth Temple should be fairly open to him right now.
Yeah, he knows where that bow is.
Again, maybe,
yeah.
And maybe a little questionable without bows, without fire and ice arrows or bombs, but he's gonna be grabbing his bombs right here.
Yep. Earth Temple becomes much nicer with bombs, especially if you're go-moding it or just trying to do it fast.
Yeah, Tifa and Lyric both showing off the mini-boss here without the bow. Takes a bit of time. Especially if you can't reach those Wizrobes in time, they spawn enemies and they just lengthen the fight. It's not exactly a fun experience.
Yep.
Actually, Butter as well. 3 of us holding hands in the mini-boss room. I like it. Vitron with the bombs. Right, no, Windfall hasn't been hinted dead yet. There's 18 checks on Windfall. It's very difficult for it to be hinted dead, but I am waiting for the day that it is.
Same. That will be an exciting seed for sure.
It'll happen, I believe.
Opium.
We still don't have a grappling hook, actually. That's an interesting thing. Like, it's not really required for any dungeons, but it does lock Cabana, which is an interesting
You need it to beat the game as well, so it's going to be somewhere.
No, you technically need it to beat the game. I mean, we skip it, but
Yeah.
you technically need it. Oh, Lyric finding the lovely seed and its preference to send everyone through this room as roughly as possible.
Is that all 4 runners who went there? The spy made it through, I think, fine. But yeah, 3 runners.
Butterlord had the bombs, but I think they fell down.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, everyone's getting well acquainted with our basement room here.
Yep. Get the pet chew jellies.
Oh,
See how
Spy got his bow in the kill all enemies room in the basement in Wind Temple. That's our first bow. So all of our other runners are going to be getting that pretty shortly here. Trying to grab that ghost ship delivery bag, opening up a bunch of Windfall checks now. Tifa waiting for the blades to not murder her when dropping down here. If you drop it just the wrong time, they'll just knock you out.
Yep.
They're going to pick up those power bracelets and probably, again, question...
Cry a little inside.
Who rolled this? Why did you do this to me?
Why are we here? Just to suffer. There's the grappling hook. Was that note to mom? Or was that... What mail was that? It was mail of some sort. I don't think it was bombs. I don't think it was bomb mail. Was it bomb mail? Okay, so
I think
Butterlord
it only could be bomb mail, yeah.
I guess it makes sense that Butterlord didn't have any place to pick it up, really.
John using bombs in Bomb Island.
Yep.
Very approved. Yeah, that is very late grappling hook, but at least it wasn't in Earth Temple Basement where I've seen it a few times. I mean, on the plus side, it's not required, really, for any dungeons. It's only required for Cabana and the final climb to Ganon, which you skip anyway, so it's very possible to beat the game without grappling hook this seed.
Yep.
Ooh, Butterlord cutting it close, just about getting sniped by a P-Hat on that ledge.
Those P-Hats are merciless, and them knock me off more than once. It's
Yeah,
rough.
they either mind their own business, just float there looking nice, or being your worst enemy. There's no in between.
I was going to have a bit easier of a time here with having bombs, so be able to take them out a fair bit faster is a good time save.
Yeah. Throw a bomb right by Stalfos, they're immediately busted. Especially with the boomerang to stun those heads while they're moving around, that's nice. That's a nice time save for sure.
Very quick kill, yeah. Be hot.
P-Hot. We will now be P-Hots.
P-Hots and C-Hots.
So Tifa gonna pick up her bow here, Butterlord will be right behind. And top of the Oasis was, there we go, there's our last sword for Spytron. So I think, let's see, we know where 3 shards are, right? Because Lyric has 3.
Yep. And then
We know there's one more in Earth Temple.
so we're
3 on
missing
the
one
bosses.
shard and
Yeah,
one
just
bow,
one
I
shard.
think.
We don't know where 1 shard and 1 bow is, yeah, for sure.
So we're somewhat close to no mode. Just under an hour here.
Butterlord grabbing that first bow in a very, very lovely place. Alright, Spectron is going to be showing us what's going to be in Cabana here as well. See how useful this grappling hook is going to be. Which, I mean, everyone will get, because you do need bombs for it, or you do logically need bombs for Forsaken Fortress. Everyone's going to get bomb mail, everyone's going to get the grappling hook.
Nothing so far.
Lyric as
Oh,
well
it's-
having to... Oop, sorry?
It always feels like Cabana has something. Something maybe not useful immediately, like a sword or a shard or a bow. We'll see.
Yeah, it's very, very polarizing as well. Looks... What do we have here?
Looks like it's dead today.
Looks like it is totally dead. And yeah, Lyric as well, kind of unfortunately not having bombs to take out these Stalfos, so doing it
We got two
slightly
cat
painful
jams.
way.
2 cat jams now. Tifa and Butterlord both cat jamming it out.
Synchronized cat jams. Yeah, the small graphite optimally, you'll want to, as it's flying around, you'll want to hook it back while it's coming towards you. There's a small window where you can get that, and if you do it, it's very quick. And it's a very easy thing to miss as well, because there's so many different setups for it. I've seen people use targeting it while it's coming towards you. I've seen people just aim their hookshot and have it at a certain position while it's flying, but then it can always just decide to spawn right above you, come straight down. Tifa gets a nice grab there. And so it's Butterlord. Spytron jumping into Forsaken Fortress here in the meantime, which Butterlord has taken care of right now.
Didn't have much of anything, but yeah. We're gonna be able to clear it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, even if it doesn't have anything, there's so few checks that it could have. It's a decent amount of dense checks to get.
Yeah, better to get out of the way sooner than later.
Did Lyric not pick up that spiky chest?
I think she remembered to come back and vote. Alright.
I wonder if she doesn't have the big key or doesn't think she has the big key. Or maybe she's trying to get item drops for...
Not entirely sure.
Okay. Well, maybe it'll make itself. Maybe it'll make itself clear here. I know that chest can have some really weird spawning rules as well. Like sometimes it just won't spawn because either the enemies aren't detected as dead or the heads aren't destroyed. It spawned here, so that wasn't the problem, but that room is a little bit glitchy.
Yeah, it's a menace.
And it's always when you're on a really good run and you're going fast. You're like, okay, just gotta get it. Now it's not spawning. Why isn't it spawning?
How do I get this to spawn again? Do I have to go out the door? Go in the door, play Song of Passing? Can't do that inside. But
I actually had a seed where I killed all the enemies, I left the room, I went back in the room, all the enemies were still dead, and then it spawned when I re-entered. Which was really, really strange.
some mysterious ways. You just spawn when you want to, little chest. You spawn when you want to.
Keep a Butterlord outside of Windfall. We're trying to get a little more Overworld. He still has to go grab the bombs from Paw Print eventually. Could still seem like the Tingle statue, which we got in Paw Print, might be our path to no, actually,
Pretty sure it was just bombs in Paw Print, straight up.
there was a Tingle statue in Paw Print that might be our path to Hammerrock, so it could possibly confuse some runners if they're thinking that Ankle might have bombs.
Yeah, that's true. Phantomian got stuck up there on the ledge, not coming down. I don't think I've seen that before. Interesting.
He'll get up there and he'll stay up there.
Yeah. Oh no, you hit my weakness. Just kidding. Lol.
Tifa going to be doing our Lenzo checks here now that we have a single picto box.
Makes sense, yeah. You know, this leads to bait bag, which can be helpful. It can be... You can skip using bait bag on all the checks that we have in Logic today, but still it can be helpful. I don't think she's checked Lenzo's left and right chest anyways, so...
One interesting thing, though, is that the Needle Rock chest logically needs bait bag, but you can do it with fire and ice arrows. Considering how late our bows are, maybe Needle Rock chest, if that's a bow, that would be really rude.
Yeah, that would make this a very good play on Tifa's end.
And that would make bait bag definitely required.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can still do some stuff in Earth Temple to get that bow before you...
Yeah.
This other chest.
You could go into Earth Temple with just a single bow and...
Definitely a little bit of a risk.
I mean, we do have a shard and a bow hinted in Earth Temple anyway, so
That's true.
it's really
though,
not
yeah.
a bad idea to get into Earth Temple if you can, because you're going to be getting items that you need.
See, the bow is in the basement, and that shard is in the middle, so nothing hinted on left side. You should wonder if somebody might try and gamble that.
And it looks like everyone's going to be saving Grandma today with Butterlord. Gets Grandma. I like seeing Grandma in good spirits. And
Oh,
that's
Lyric.
even better.
Lyric didn't get the boss key on Wizard Mini Boss.
Okay,
came-
and then they were maybe looking to get storage on the chest, but no bombs.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a little unfortunate.
yeah, that is.
That's one reason why bombs make Wind Temple a little bit better, or quite a lot better, because you can just store places like that, skip the boss key if you don't have it. And I don't know if there's anywhere else to get storage in the basement there, in Wind Temple, without bombs.
None that I know of, yeah. I'm sure Spy knows a way. He knows a storage spot everywhere in the game.
Butterlord opening up 4 letters.
That's efficiency right there. Always very nice. You can
Stack
wrap
your
those
checks together. Tifa visiting Paw Print here. She's going to be finding her bombs here. Again, given the power bracelets placement and the bombs, I'm expecting a very colorful set of thoughts that will be appearing.
Yep. A bonus cat gem. Oh yeah, Lyric's doing the boss now.
Oh, we get so many cat gems this seed, it's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
Back to back to back. And there we go, Tifa shaking her head at that bomb's location.
Yeah, I would not be happy with that either.
Sometimes these seeds just want to see what they can do to just be as weird as possible.
Bowless, logically bombless Wind Temple into the getting the bombs behind the power base. It's at the bottom of it. Not fun.
Okay, you've had enough Leafless Tower of the Gods. Time for Bombless Wind Temple.
Yep.
Alright, Butterlord going to be our first person jumping into Earth Temple here now. Our last required dungeon.
1 hour 7 minute mark too. Somewhat fast. This is a somewhat fast seat considering we've had both temples in it. And it's a kind of late leaf.
Yeah, we did get Forsaken Fortress, but still, there's a lot of jank for sure, and it's kind of surprising how quick these can be, even with really strangely placed item locations for sure.
Yeah, I guess the power of hints and CTMC, along with good runners. So.
Yeah, the runner here is amazing.
Definitely.
Everyone's been so quick and getting so much quicker. Grabbing another Tingle statue there. I think that makes 4. Does anyone else have any more here? Or if we're gonna get to check angle. Lyric also has 4.
It doesn't look like anyone has 5. Wonder if they're maybe in a foolish location or somewhere in Earth Temple.
Yeah, Alkaline mentioning as well, Butter goes to Angular, which has our last sword in it. Because that's right, Butter hasn't been to get that last sword in Angular, I don't believe.
It does know it's spiky though, but I mean it could always be a bait spiky chest, but
I think we've had enough of those this season so far.
Yeah. Wonder which route he's gonna go through Earth Temple with.
Yeah, a lot of people have been doing left side early in Earth Temple, and to be fair, I mean, left side has had a lot of items. I think logically it shouldn't have a lot of items a lot of the time, so there might be a little bit of confirmation bias there. But left side has been pretty bountiful recently. It has to balance out at some time though.
Yep. Curious what he's doing with the storage and taking medley. Maybe just peeking these other chests? I don't know.
I like to at least do a few checks with Medley first here, and then before now he's going back out, just saving her in that room.
Wonder if that chest behind the destructible walls was hinted dead? Maybe just gambling it? Interesting to kind of just leave that there.
I don't think it was. We have 2 item hints in Earth Temple. So Stalfos Crypt has a bow, and Old Floor Master's Room has a shard. I don't think we got any dead hints, but
interesting.
We're getting left side first there.
Yeah, ET is definitely a dungeon with a lot of sequence breaking.
Probably one of the most technical dungeons, which also makes it one of the hardest, but at the same time one of the funnest. And one of the easiest to mess up completely.
Yep.
They're also going to be grabbing some Lenzo checks here, which unfortunately we know is, well, not necessarily dead. They will lead to bait bag with the secret meeting photo, which still could be required on Needle. We're trying these moments who just take up so much space and are too big and dumb and but powerful, so try not to underestimate them.
Yep. Get rid of the storage somehow. Doesn't have a key, so we can't get rid of it by going through mini boss.
Yeah, that mini boss room can't open it without a key. That very first chest was a key chest. He's probably going to void out here to get that.
That's smart. That makes sense.
Neat little place to do that, absolutely. Tifa going up to Cyclos, who is just going to give a little piece of heart, a little piece of love. Be like, I'm sorry for the seed. Alright, Lyric going to pick up our bait bag from Pumpy and Vera here.
Is he able to move in the cutscene there? Butterlord was on his end. He side hop leaf and it pushed. He was able to like leaf forward in the cutscene. I wonder if
Maybe if there's one frame you can do that.
he looked a little bit further forward than he should be coming out of that cutscene. That's an interesting strat. Maybe you have to ask. Well, I don't know if you know about it.
Yeah, we'll ask him.
Yeah, I'll write
I'll
that
mark
down.
it down. All right, Lyric as well. Gonna finish up with Cyclos here. Get a little bit of love, but probably not appreciated. I don't think many of us would.
Or unrequited love from Cyclos' end.
Right, so now that Butterlord has gone backwards in ET so far, we will not have to push all 3 of the blocks into the spawn chest. Well, actually, we may have to since we don't have a spare key. But there's a lot of ways that the routing of ET changes depending on if you have a small key or not. So it looks like he is going to have to push these chests due to not having any additional keys to go backwards here.
Well, he did open up the little transparent thing in the room with 3 statues back there.
The
What
way
if he
back,
just forgot about that? Because
No, I
you could
think
just take that back path. Take that back with storage.
Yeah, I think he's planning to go back that way. Like if he had a spare key, you could just run.
Oh, he had to
straight
reopen
out.
okay, he had to reopen the door with the 3rd block. That makes sense now.
Yeah, like if you had another small key, you could just keep running to the left there and get back to the main room.
Yep.
Big key. That's an interesting placement for that.
So I don't think there were any keys on left side, which means that bow could be fire and ice. Any small keys at least. There was one big key, but no smalls.
Yeah, the only small key that we got was that very first chest, which let us get into the crypt room.
Yep.
Ooh, Spytron's model doing those leaf pumps is a little bit more disconcerting than it should be.
Looks like Tifa's going to Private Oasis. Gonna finish up the Overworld, then probably look to go to Earth Temple as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so unfortunately, Cabana's going to be dead this seed, so that's... I mean, you can't tell. You have to check.
Yeah.
Right? You always want to skip as much Earth Temple as possible in any seed.
True. True. Earth Temple bad.
But I'm wondering, if, just because we got so many hints, like 2 hints for items in Earth Temple, maybe it would be the play to try to go in and as early as you possibly can. Like, I know all the checks are locked until you get a certain amount of items, but you can do a good amount of it with using some weird strategies. All right, Lyric going to be picking up the bombs, and again, probably feeling the same emotions that every runner, except for Butterlord, that we've seen has felt.
Yep.
Tifa grabbing the last sword on top of the Oasis there, so it's tough to be upset about. Tough to be upset about an item that you need, but just kind of hoping that it would always be a bow or something that opens up a few more checks.
Yep. Butterlord's going for the scary Songstone skip.
Probably the scariest roll clip in the game.
Yep. Very punishing if you mess it up, because you cannot get back up here unless you spawn the other chest, which is quite a bit of time loss. So
That's a very clean first try, though. That is
yeah.
Yep. You know, if you have just the wrong angle when you do that, it'll launch you completely into the void, right
Yep.
down to the basement.
I used to hate Earth Temple just for that reason. This Songstone clip alone was the reason I despised doing Earth Temple. But
You're probably not alone, man. It's sometimes it works in mysterious ways and will just randomly seem to happen.
yep. So that's all 3 keys outside of left side. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. So that's going to open up the basement, which, I mean, we do have a bow in the basement. So that makes sense, because that could logically be our fire and ice, which is going to open up left side, which I think left side is completely dead.
It had the big key, so it logically needed to be Jahad. Veto mail.
for sure. Oh, Tifa getting a little bit of help from one of the rats, knocking her right down into the bottom of the cabana here. But we're picking up a shard in that chest. We were hinted that one.
Yep.
So I think we still don't know where one shard and one bow are, right? Hey?
Yep. We're running out of spots for them to be. Locked behind either fire and ice check, so we're going to be Earth Temple basement, looks like.
Ooh, Lyric unfortunately missing that jump slash into the window in Forsaken Fortress. It's a little bit generous, but again, if you just have the wrong angle, like it's one of those things that's happened to all of us, and we're like, oh.
Yep. Yep. I feel the pain. You have to swim all the way back. It's definitely rough.
Yeah, I know some people will jump right off of the ramp here. I always just go to the spot that Lyric is right now and do that because it feels a little more consistent, even if it is a second or two slower. Well, Lyric, Tifa, both going to clear out there for Forsaken Fortress now. I was hoping you'll get a cheeky little bow in Forsaken Fortress or something like that.
Yep, for sure.
Now we've got Butterlord.
You need a little trolled here by the Stalfos.
Stalfos and the Songstone. Yeah.
Go away, Stalfos. Nobody likes you. Just wants a hug. Stalfos are bad at hugging, though.
There's got a little grab and got put in the jail cell up top there, which is something that's not in logic, oddly enough. But it does let you get both chests in the jail cell here, without having any other items.
Go away, bat. Nobody loves you. The bats in this room can be especially scary because they can knock you off when you're sidling there and cause you to lose the storage. There is another chest in the room in case you do lose the storage, but it's still definitely punishing. It feels bad when it happens. Okay.
So one of the, I'm not going to say the worst enemy in the game, but they're definitely one of the worst because they don't show up everywhere, but the places that they do, like that crypt or Tower of the Gods, they're just the worst possible enemy you could put in those positions.
Surprisingly troll, yeah.
Electron as well, going to peek through this wall, take a look at that chest, see it's nothing, and not have to look at it anymore. Power of peeks.
Definitely saves quite a bit of time, yeah. Peeking is a very powerful strat in Season 5 with CTMC.
I think we're still discovering some new strategies to peek random chests here and there.
Yep.
Some of them are a little bit questionable, but yeah, some of them are kind of surprising.
I wonder if Spider's basement here with storage. Looks like he's going to go for it. He has the big key, I believe, left side.
Out here.
Interesting.
Well, that's actually a really interesting place to void out because I know in practice I've had seas in Earth Temple where I've save warped out of the boss and deleted those small keys. So if you just void out beforehand, but I guess at the same time then you get rid of your storage and you can't do the big key skip at that point. But
Looks like he didn't store a small key, so I wonder why he voided out there. Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Does it delete the big key if you store that? I don't know if it does.
it shouldn't. No.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I think it's only small keys, but he had two before he voided out and two after, so he didn't store one. So I'm kind of curious on that.
It's like he's looking at the hints and knowing that there's going to be at least a bow in the basement here. Then do the basement first? That makes sense. Giving Phantom Ganon a run for his money.
Yep.
Well, Lyric and Tifa are going to be taking out Helmarock very quickly here.
Yep. Bird's been nice to Butter and Spy, so hopefully it's nice to both Lyric and Tifa as well. Sometimes the Bird's a bit mean and decides to soft lock, but fingers crossed doesn't happen here.
Right, so we did just see Butterlord save warp out of the boss chamber of Jalhalla as well. So if he did have a small key stored, it would have been gone, but in his case it's fine because he's done left side, and that's really the only thing that you're worried about, so you can delete as many small keys as you want after that.
He stored the shard anyways, so you get that after going through the boss loading zone. Looks like we got a spiky chest here on Earth Temple Basement. This is not hinted. That's fire nice. So 2 bows in Earth Temple Basement.
So we're gonna go right over here and get our lights. Look at that.
And big key chest wasn't hinted either. And it's not a big key or small key, so it definitely speeds it up if it is an item.
Still don't have light arrows, so we have to jump down and get up close and personal with these 3 Stalfos. Meanwhile, Lyric just smashes that bird in the face while it stands there and takes it. And look at that, we were about an hour and 20 minutes in, and within 2 or 3 minutes we get our fire and ice and our lights.
Yep.
There they are.
Earth Temple surprisingly loaded for once. Nice change of pace.
1 shard, 2 bows.
Yep.
From what we counted, I didn't see if there was more there, but Butterlord is likewise going to follow the same route.
But I was going to do a little roll clip here to skip doing the entire puzzle.
Yeah, if you don't do that, you have to move mirrors, shine lights. It takes a lot of time, and we don't like taking a lot of time.
What I'd like to do in this room is just side hop to the side and see if it's actually an item or not, and then start fighting these. But it looks like it's an item this time. So maybe this is our shard and we're in go mode.
Another spiky chest in Earth Temple Basement?
Deluxe pick. Not quite what we're looking for. Could be useful. I don't think we have a hint from Nenko.
Yeah, HE Basement absolutely loaded. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we didn't get a hint from Nenko, but it absolutely could still be something. Alright, Tifa going to be doing the Helmer Rock fight here as well. See if she got a good position jumping down. A little hop down there.
Very nice.
That Helmer Rock doesn't get caught on a wall and stay there forever out of bounds. I know it looks like Helmer Rock's acting pretty nicely for everyone.
Yep. He was a good bird, yes you are.
In general, Wind Temple and Earth Temple were both loaded.
Yeah. For once,
aren't
Forsaken
always.
Fortress had pretty much nothing. So,
Forsaken Fortress had a wallet, and that was it, really?
I don't think the wallet led to anything either, so...
Oh, Tifa expressing a lot of victory over Helmer Rock behaving so well and taking them out quickly. That's nice to see, nice to feel. It's a good feeling.
Yep. Looks like Butterlord's going to be setting up for a super swim, it looks like here. So if you're foe sensitive, flashing lights, look away from Butterlord's side of the screen. It'll tell you when it's good to look back.
I think everyone should swim like that. It would be a lot quicker in real life.
The Olympics would be a lot more fun to watch, that's for sure.
200 meter backstroke. Winning time is half a second. Hey. Botron able to do left side a little quicker now with those light arrows here. Unfortunately, it's dead, but
Oh, Butter lost a lot of speed there. I think he might wait out here. That's unfortunate.
I think they either hit the wrong direction or hit a piece of land and lost all that speed. Yeah.
See if he goes for it again. Looks like he's not going to go for it, so you can look back at Butterlord's side of the screen now.
Yeah, that's a very even if you're swimming there, that is a tough thing because if I'm assuming he was doing that to get to angular, And
It's like
Angular
it
is a
was-
very small piece
yeah.
of land to hit.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the toughest ones. I mean, super swimming in general is definitely not easy. A lot of things that can go wrong.
I think in practice I've only gotten one of the easiest ones that's set to Needle Rock, like 20% of the time. It's tough. It's a difficult trick.
Yep.
Alright, Lyric and Tifa now. Oh no, sorry. Just Lyric in entering Earth Temple. Gonna eventually get to that loaded basement. I'm sure Tifa will be behind fairly shortly.
Yep.
Because you do usually want to clear out as much overworld before entering Earth Temple, but with the hints that we have, we also know that quite a bit of stuff is going to be in Earth Temple.
Yep. Like she's checking the hints about Earth Temple's locations.
Just making sure, yeah.
Yeah, always good to have those down.
It helps
Definitely.
that we have instant text on them now. Like
Yeah.
in testing, they used to have second or two waits between text boxes. That was rough to accidentally double
Yep.
read them.
Whoops, talk to Coral. Minus 15 seconds, I guess.
Oops.
If not more.
Oh, Spytron does not have the big key.
I believe that was Chest and Three Statues room where the big key was, so
Yeah,
that's very unfortunate for him. It's going to be quite a bit of time to go back and get that. It's like, yeah, Butter is going to pick up his last sword here. It looks like Ice Ring had nothing as far as progression.
there was a warp pot in that 3 blocks room, which I don't know if
There
Spy
is.
opened that or not, but if he did, then that would be a quick warp back, and maybe he just jumped in that pot before getting the key or something like that.
I don't think he did, because he would have just taken that pot in the last room, but
For sure. Alright, Butterlord going to pick up, I believe it's the last sword in Angler here, right?
yep. Doing a very interesting strat to skip a lot of the block puzzle.
Compensation strats, yeah.
Yep.
As they have be known as. Alright, Tifa entering Earth Temple here as well. Gonna pick up a shard and a couple bows. We still don't know where our last shard is, right?
Yeah, just
Was-
missing one
was-
shard from go mode.
It wasn't Ice Ring, because
Yeah, so was Fire Mountain foolish? Fire Mountain was foolish, so maybe Needle Rock chests?
yeah,
We're
I
running
don't
out of
think anyone's-
I think that actually might be one of the last few spots besides on Windfall. Stuff on Windfall there.
Oh, we have the deluxe photo box, the Miss Manenko photo as well. I don't know if anyone's done that yet. But
We
that
have
and
Mage
Needle Rock,
Veil as well. So yeah, only a few locations. We should see somebody Butter hit go mode very shortly.
and Luke doing one of the skips, but bringing Medley along with her to open up the Songstone, because it's very easy to avoid out, and if you do, then you have to get down here again. So it's very reasonable to open this up, so in case you make multiple trips.
Songstone, skip.
Exactly. Oh, there we go. I think Butterlord's first trip off to Needle Rock. I think that's the first person we've seen go to Needle Rock, eh?
Yep. Spy is going to save a little bit of time here, having light arrows for Brawlhalla. Very nice.
Needle Rock completely dead.
It's like that bait bag on the photo leads to nothing pretty much this seed.
Absolutely.
That-
Great bag,
out-
completely
Yeah.
skippable.
Outset was hinted dead this seed outline, so no big pig today, unfortunately.
No, we did get 4 people saving Grandma, but unfortunately we don't get 4. I don't think we even get to know what colors the pig was, which is a real tragedy. For Lyric both picking up some keys here. Which fortunately we don't need very many small keys in Earth Temple. We only need the one, because left side is totally dead, but if you do use your keys in left side, you will need to get all of them to get the third one down into the basement.
wonder if Butterlow is going to be doing a super swim here into Ghost Ship. Interesting. Oh, okay, checking mail, then maybe swimming into the Ghost Ship.
Maybe our Beto mail. See if Beto has anything for us today. There you go, I hope it helps. Nope.
Thanks, Beto. I'll totally use this later.
Really appreciate it.
I guess he didn't do Cabana. Oh, right, because he stored the chest and then went away to, what was it?
Headstone, I think.
Yeah, he stored the chest atop a headstone, so he never actually went into Cabana because he didn't have grapple at the time.
They're storing that shard there.
Not going to be able to find anything here because nothing in the labyrinth, but clearing makes sense. I think it's your highest check density at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it always makes sense to check go to the location that has as many checks as possible.
Spy is going to be going for a super swim, so if you're post sensitive to flashing lights, look away from Spytron side of the screen.
Thanks for catching those. I can never detect when people are setting up for those.
See, I never do super swims, so I'm like, hey, why is he getting storage here? There's no chest here. Oh, he's doing a super swim. That makes sense. Where he's taking us? Maybe the Bomb Island? This looks like the ice ring. He doesn't have... Okay, he should have enough speed here.
Do some ice ring. We'll stand up, get frozen, void out, and respawn on ice ring. And then down to angular? Or, well, I mean, you have ice ring here.
He already had angular. He got the chest inside because he had to air something times.
They're doing another scary part where the bats can just decide to wreck your day.
Yep. You can look back at Spytron's side of the screen now. He's done with the super swim. But yeah, it looks like Windfall's going to have her last shard. Either it's Minenko or something that Minenko locks. I think that's pretty much all the checks we have at this point. Oh, we do have fire and ice checks on Windfall.
Oh, is Creeb going to have something golden for us?
Creeb the homie. Yep. Creeb's always got something good.
You expect the headache to be reduced if all 4 runners did super swim at the same time. That would be a very interesting set of hand-holding there. Just say, turn off your screen. Don't look at anything. Oh, but even super swimming can be tough and unreliable, so even some top runners will still not do it.
Yep. It's definitely one of those strats that you really don't need until maybe you're at the very top of the competitive scene. And even then, it still only saves time in a few places. So definitely not a strat you need to use.
Creeb is not a homie today.
Come on,
Goodness, a
Creeb.
treasure chart.
Let me down.
Oh, it's a little bit painful seeing this because Lyric doing Jalhalla without light arrows. Which, I mean, it absolutely makes sense, but we know that 2 rooms away are Fire and Ice and then Lights. They're right there.
The wind is not in a good direction for Butter.
Lord going into Lenzos. Which is a little bit interesting. Unless you didn't check these chests to begin with. Oh, okay, there we are. Maybe not.
Knows that bait bag isn't going to lead to anything hard required, so it makes sense to skip it here.
But the Lord already has all of the possible bait bag checks that might be something.
Yep. Spytron's model? Yeah. It is quite interesting, to say the least.
Whatever he's doing, he's looking at you.
He's always watching. Watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Zasky. Alright, but yes, this is a slightly precise trick here that Spytron's doing, trying to get in range to hookshot that chest. If you move over just a little bit too much, you're falling right off. And so easy to do it.
Ooh, Butter put off doing hide and seek. That is a very interesting gamble. Put this off until this late.
Yeah, they are long sphere 0 checks, which if you miss them, if you don't do them, they can save 2 or 3 minutes. But I mean, Miss Mary had something.
Oh, she did have a shard. That's one of the shards he's missing. There's the other shard. Okay, so we're in no mode. He's going to be in go mode fairly shortly after he does hide and seek.
So that Picto Box and Earth Temple leading to a shard. So Earth Temple was behind a shard, 2 bows.
Yeah, Earth Temple basement loaded.
And another shard. Yeah, 2 shards and 2 bows. That Tifa got caught by a floor master in one of the rooms. I think I missed that one, but that would be very unfortunate if so, because if you're trying to get storage and go all the way down there, then...
Yeah, that's rough.
Alright,
Looks like we have our first finisher. Original Elijah finishing first place with a 137.38.
GG's, Elijah. Yeah, in every seed there's always a way that it can be done really, really quickly. Like, of course, you never know what it is. That's the nature of rando. But
yep.
With so many players, with so many runners in one race as well, generally there's going to be one person that gets it just right. And we've had her on stream here a couple times. Have one of them restreamed.
Yep. It's always exciting whenever everything goes right. Like, am I gonna finish first? It's a good feeling, for sure. Execution's been on point as well, yeah. Ooh, okay, that's the 4th tingle. So the 5th tingle statue must be somewhere foolish.
Could it be on one of the places that were hinted, Darren?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There is Butterlord's last shard. I think Butterlord is in go mode. Yeah, this was a really there's Elijah joining us in chat. This is a really interesting seed. Like, there's a little bit of jank. It saw that we had enough of Leafless Pod Cheese, so it said, well, how about Bombless Wind Temple instead?
Yep, bowless, bombless Wind Temple. Very painful. Oh, we have another finisher. Advo finished in 2nd place with a time of 139.14. GG's to them.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the Baron hints, but I think that's right. They can have a tingle statue if Ankle is dead.
Yep, that's how that works. You could even see things like Leaf in the most awful of seeds in a barren location if you just don't have Leaf blocking anything required. It's possible in these settings. It's very possible.
But we're hitting Hyrule at 140.
Yep.
Almost on
Spy. Spy's going to be very close behind them. Just got the last shard.
Yeah, Spytron and Go mode here as well.
It'll be a very nice race at the end here. We've got Tifa and Lyric in Earth Temple doing some checks.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of close people right now. Yeah. Spytron entering Hyrule about 40 seconds after Butterlord. 40 seconds behind. That's could be spicy. Depends how fast Ganon acts up.
Yeah. Make or break the run for them.
Lyric with those light arrows, and actually I think Lyric just hit go mode as well. Got all the swords, got all the shards. Got all the bows. Just needs the last shard in
Manenko. Yeah, gonna grab the Picto Box here.
Right, not in go mode yet, but
yeah, very close.
Very close, yeah. And GG's to Clarion, finishing 3rd place, 140-105.
GG's.
So we get a 137, a 139, and a 141. So the average of those is going to be around a 139, which is what the race time is going to use to score points based off of. And we have a Koala just about 1 minute behind, 142.01. People starting to roll in now.
Yep.
They're getting some Picto Box, Tifa getting some keys, which will open up left side, even though left side is unfortunately dead this seed. Spoilers. We're in Hyrule. Oh no, we have the Triforce. Alright, so yeah. Had some really interesting hints this seed. I really liked bait bag was hinted, wallets were hinted, bottles were hinted, and none of it was needed.
Yeah. Quite a bit of bait there.
Quite literally.
Yep. Fortunately, I only got one meme item, I think. Only the snot on Maggie. No Greg or Trevor today, unfortunately.
I don't think it was even stored. Anything like that was even stored. But
Yep.
that's all right. That just means we won't have to disqualify anyone for not using it.
True. Yep.
Alright, Lyric doing a little left side skip here. Gonna jump in there, clear that out first. Looking for that last shard. May as well since you're already in Earth Temple, even though we know that it's on Menenko.
Yep.
I know that was one of the decisions in Season 4, is that often it would be you would have one shard left, you'd clear Earth Temple, and then you'd just go out and check Beto Mail to see if it was there, because it was either that, it was a gamble between that or left side. Alright. Now, between Butterlord and Spytron here, I think this Phantom Gamma fight is going to come down to the difference. Butterlord has about a 40-second lead, but it's going to depend on how well they execute this fight. Probably the toughest fight in the game.
Definitely you can make up a lot of time as an experienced runner over newer runners in this fight. It's just one of those fights where you just kind of have to get good with the aim. It's very technical.
Thank you, Clarion, rating with party 5. We are watching our runners here. We have Butterlord and Spytron. Butterlord's about 40 seconds ahead of Spytron entering Hyrule.
Butter did get a bat phase though, so this is a lot closer now. So.
And then we have Lyric and Tifa kind of competing within Earth Temple here. So we've got a close fight up top. Yeah, PG1 being down about the same time. Ooh.
Maybe like 2 to 3 seconds? That's gonna be close.
Oh boy. Yeah. GG's Gymnast 5th place, time 1:44.35. Hyrule race, oh no. So Spytron getting 40 seconds that fight alone almost.
Yep.
We're gonna be clearing out, getting a shard in the Floor Master room here. Overworld getting a single trip, Spytron getting the double, pulling ahead.
Icy. Yep. Got a lead change. Tanjo 3 finishing in 6th place, time at 1:45.20. GG's Tanjo.
GG's Tanjo. Alright, up again 3, another one of the trickier parts of it. Could still change again.
Yep. Definitely a lot of RNG in this 3rd phase.
Butterlord might need some more magic here though. Spytron going for the draw, not quite getting it.
I think we have a lead change again. Butter looks like pulled ahead.
Yeah, Lyric hitting go mode as well. Picking up that last shard from Minko, but double bouncing Puppet Ganon 3.
Yep. Looks like Fig finished in 7th place with the time at 1:46.10. GG's to Fig.
GG Fig. Yeah, a lot of the times finishing are just 1 minute difference. This is a really, really close races all around. Synchronized rope climbing, you'll have to see it. You'd love to see Spytron's backwards model looking at you. You'd like to see Marth going up pretending this is Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Stare into your soul. Tanjo. Tachi Leaf, that's not so bad after all.
We're saying, yeah, this randomizer's just saying, okay, fine, we've given you enough leafless Tachi, here's a bombless wind temple instead.
Boy, am I glad I didn't run this one.
Wolf Runner's getting a pog slide, entering Ganon fight. Oh boy. Could come down to one missed Zelda shot. Overworld having a very smooth phase 1. Petron right behind. Ganon just jumping at the same time.
Oh, this is going to be very, very close. Wow.
This is going to be a tie, I think. Depends on Zelda's shot.
Come on, Zelda. No NA aim today. Oh, the BM picked him up.
That is synchronized exactly on my screen.
Yeah, I think Spy forgot to stop his timer a little bit late.
What's the
I think
timer?
that was pretty much a tie.
Oh my.
That was very close.
That is technically a tie. Butterlord 148.05, Spytron 148.06.
GG's.
Butterlord with the BM with the snapshot just before stabbing.
Yep.
Oh wow. That is heart pumping. That's an excellent race, absolutely. Yeah, they will get the same amount of points for the qualifier here, but if that was an actual race, I think that would be an actual tie. I don't know how the retiming would work.
I think it's within 2 seconds or 3 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, within 2 seconds it is an actual tie.
Okay.
Did anyone else go to Wind Temple before Angular? Yes.
The 1 second Wind Temple. I don't think anybody did on Restream.
No, I don't think so. Not on Restream, no. They got the leaf at least.
So we've got DJ Guapo finishing 10th place with 149.44.
We are joined by Spytron. Good game. Nice. What did you think of that seed?
Really weird for a little bit, and I was kind of being psyched out because I had I always had that extra bow marked, so it was always telling me I could do certain things, so that took a lot of brain power not to just go and do that stuff. I did fall for it once because I went to Dragon Roost early without any way to do it.
Yeah, we were wondering at first, since you marked it so early, like, wait, where did he get bow on Windfall? Where did he get 8-bag on Windfall?
A couple times as well, yeah.
Yeah, I just marked whatever stuff was hinted. I also just want to say, I got a new controller and I didn't bind my live split to it, so I think I beat Butterlord by a second.
It was like pretty much in sync. It was very close for sure.
That was interesting because Butterlord entered Hyrule 40 seconds before you did, but then you had a much better PG1 fight, and that was basically neck and neck at that point until the very end.
Yeah, the PG2 double crypt shot gave you the lead, and then I think Butter took it back slightly after PG3, and he was slightly in the lead heading into Ganon, but his Ganon phase 2, he took 2 cycles instead of 1, so it was definitely very close.
I had a weird Wind Temple, so usually I just, after I open the floor, I just go around into mini cyclones, and then I bomb push into big key chest, but I didn't have bombs, and my mind just kind of freaked out, spazzed out. I could have just done the spring drop storage the first go around anyway, but I did weird Wind Temple stuff.
Yeah, that was great seeing spring drop storage on. You weren't the only one to have some weird Wind Temple as well. I think Butterlord was the only one who went in with bombs, but they also fell down in the spike room, unfortunately, so everyone got to see a lot of Wind Temple.
Yeah. What did you think of my my peak for Pop Ring? How I checked to see if I needed Bright Boulder.
I must have missed it.
I think we might have missed that one, but...
Did you jump down and pause buffer?
Yeah, I just jumped off the rock, didn't pause buffer, and I was like, yeah, I need that.
That's a tough peak to make, even after practicing it.
I went for color. It's like, yeah, I made a mistake in ET. My ET was going perfectly. I was going to save so much time, and in my mind, I was like, okay, I need to pick up that big key when I find it. And
Yes,
then I found the chest and was like, oh cool, a blue chest. I don't need it because I have all these abilities. I was like, wait, no, why can't I open the door?
Yeah, we saw you rolling into it. It's like, oh no, he doesn't have the big key. And
Although I did do a few cool things that I'm kind of proud of for being on Restream. I did medleyless left side where I just did the jump and grabbed it.
yeah, that was a.
And I liked my super swim to ice ring.
Yeah, that was. We were wondering where we were going, but then you stood up on ice ring and immediately warped there, and then that absolutely worked out really well for you. That was something you don't normally see.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
I did a lot of risky stuff, and most of it paid off. It just came down to like forgetting to do standard things that I think lost me. I think at best I could have saved like 2.5 minutes, not really much more than that.
Yeah, I think ET as well. Wind Temple and Earth Temple have both been a little bit tough for some runners here, but we're also joined by Butterlord, who is in a technical tie with Spytron. Good game.
GG's, look money.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I actually got my boss to let me off work early for the next few qualifiers, so everyone was like, "All right, see you, Spy. Good luck in your race." I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Get this
But
come
Lord,
steal all our race time points now.
How did you enjoy not having to do a leafless Tower of the Gods, Butterlord?
I can say I was glad to not have to do that, but I don't think Leafless Tower Gods is too bad at this point for me.
Yeah, you were actually one of the only people. You were the only person on Restream to enter Wind Temple with bombs. Everyone else had to get those power bracelets in the spike room and then go back to grab them.
Yeah, I figured checking paw print right boulder was an okay play, and it ended up being an okay play.
Also,
hint?
Butter. Butter. If I didn't beat you, we at least tied because I waited a few seconds to press done because it wasn't tied to my controller for some reason.
Oh, that's so odd.
Yeah, we were saying, Butter, you entered Hyrule about 40 seconds before Spytron, but Spytron had a really good PG1 fight, and then it was just neck and neck all the way to the end.
Yeah, you got the picture. You got the picture with Gan at the very end for VM.
And I was like, this run's already not going well. I'll take a photo for something, I guess.
And we're going to have a GG for Lyric, who's just stabbing Ganon right now, finishing with the time, which will come up any second, around 1:54.50 or so. GG's Lyric.
One question for you, Butter. When you did side hop leafed in the Earth Temple mini boss fight, does it actually move you forward during the cutscene? Because I noticed you started a little bit further forward than normal.
I'm pretty sure it does, because it would for other cutscenes.
Okay, that's a good optimization to know then.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, since in that case I had to open the door and leave instead of save warping out, since I hadn't done the 3 blocks room yet at that point.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Tifa is just about to pick up 4 Go Mode items in a row in Earth Temple.
I had a gamble that paid off really well. When I got to like the bottom of ET, I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna do Jalhalla just in the hopes that 2 bows are in the basement. And then there was, and it worked out.
And GG's to Lyric, who is joining us and finishes
GG's.
11th place with 154.50. How did you enjoy that seed?
That was about the worst Wind Temple I could have ever done. But other than that, I feel like I did pretty well. The seed was fun.
I think most people struggled a little bit on Wind Temple one way or another. We saw that big key skip, or that missed big key, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I don't know why, but once I beat the mini boss, I thought it was a wooden chest, so I was like, okay, I just won't pick it up. And then like 10 minutes later when I was doing the Armos, I was like, oh wait, that wasn't a wooden chest. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just do big key skip with chest storage. And then I'm
With
like,
no
oh wait, I don't have bombs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Oh, that was a rough Wind
pretty
Temple all around.
unfortunate there, yeah.
yeah.
That power bracelet's placement was a kind of a slap in the face.
I forget where power bracelets were, actually.
They were
It
in
was
the
spiky, right? Spike room?
spiky room in Wind Temple, yeah, which logically locked the bombs in Paw Print, which was your path to Helmet Rock.
Did
Very
anybody
interesting
else
logically.
do that?
No, okay, so I went to Pauper early and I got the Tingle statue, so I was like, okay, Tingle's
Yeah.
probably past the Helmarok.
Probably,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the fire and ice arrows in the basement right before you get your lights too. That's
Oh yeah, that was not fun.
that's got to be a really real shocker as well. Like suddenly you have a bunch of fire and ice checks to do. I know as well. The Picto box, the secret meeting photo was hinted as bait bag, but I think you were able to do every bait bag check without bait bag that seed. So it was. I think some people were able to skip doing that photo. Some people weren't.
I made a mistake that cost me like maybe like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. I misremembered the hint and I thought that Deluxe Picto was on that check. So I went and like unlocked the door and then I remembered. So I didn't do the rest of it, but I did like half that side quest.
GG's to Symphonic Link, 12th place, time 158.29. People still coming in.
Yep.
Did anybody else do that ledge grab that I did in the spike room in Wind Temple?
Tifa gave that a try. I think she wasn't able to quite get it, and then just wound up going down. But I think Lyric might have given it a shot as well.
No, I just went down.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do that. So
Yeah,
Everybody
it is
got
gonna
acquainted with all the chew jellies in that room. The Floor Masters.
yeah, I got so scared I thought I was gonna get scooped up by a floor master, which I mean I did, but that was a different room.
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
it's not the worst if you get scooped up there because you're just in the hub room and drop down and you're
Yeah,
right
that's
back.
true.
So Earth Temple is
Yeah.
definitely worst place to get caught.
Still feels bad though, especially when you don't have bombs. You still have to do the puzzle regardless.
Yeah, I think both the Wind Temple and Earth Temple were really interesting for everyone. Like,
I've never done Wind Temple that early, so it just I was just kind of going through it. Like, all right, there's a chest over there, right? I'll go do that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
wait, Iron Boots were on Milla, right?
Yeah, Mila.
yes,
Water.
Yeah, that was the last overworld location I had to do before Wind Temple.
yeah,
I
that's
did
reasonable.
everything else. Yeah,
A lot of people put Mila off, and I know some people got it right away, but you
because
weren't the only one to leave her too late.
I wanted to wait until like Fire and Ice or something,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
Picto or something. But yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Oh, what about right at the start of the seed where everybody would have read hints and I just read it during door cancel?
Yeah, we noted that down. Yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely can save time.
And I think it
lose
was
time.
Butterlord. I think was the only one to go into Islet of Steel as well, since you were right there.
Yeah.
I think it was either Butterlord or Lyric. But only one person went into it there.
No, I was thinking about it, but then I opted not to.
I did do that. Just at least in my opinion, it made sense to do it right then and there.
Yeah. Didn't
And
have
then
any.
I think so.
And then you could also get money while you're there.
Especially
mean,
since
quick-
Cliff Flat was hinted dead. The seed or Bird's Peak Rock was hinted dead. You're not going to get money there, so not a bad play. Yeah, I agree.
Tifa having a little bit of difficulty doing the left side skip with medley here.
So like we've got Rick Schmitty. I think hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Finished in 13th place with the time of 2 hours and 52 seconds. GG's to them.
You know, I've been seeing like a lot of the newer names that I learned over the last few months. They're already getting like super good, and it's amazing to see how fast like new people are improving.
Absolutely. Like some of these times, even though it is a faster set of settings, like people are still getting like really quick times, and they're only getting quicker. Like
Yeah. It's definitely a lot faster than the season 4 times, which were like 2 hours to 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, and
Maybe once sub 2.
And there was always like 20 to 40 minutes of difference from first to last, like always, even on like jet seeds. It was just S4 was unforgiving.
These calls have been definitely very close in terms of finish times. Definitely very fun. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Elijah standing in front of the chest for 30 seconds with power bracelets. I don't think you're alone. I think that probably sent a lot of people into a, why is this here? How is this here? Why is the sea doing this?
Let me just bomb drop through this chest. Oh wait, I don't actually have bombs. How do I do this? How do I do this, Vanilla?
I saw the power bracelets and I was like, okay, cool. I don't know how that helps me in this dungeon, so I moved on.
In that dungeon at that point, you're right. It doesn't do too much, but
Yep.
considering the hints, it's a lot to keep in mind. It's a lot of new stuff to consider. Maybe not the best time at that point to consider it, but
Yeah, I only take, like, out of the first few hints in the seed, I only really focus on one, maybe two of the path hints. This seed, the only path hint that I committed to memory was do DRC before ET. Or do Dragon Roost before ET, or whatever it was, I think. Yeah.
I was
That
gonna
ended up
ask.
having a shield, I think. Was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you like how I completely forgot that I didn't have any items to do chest storage on Headstone, but I happened to store the leaf while super swimming there.
Yeah.
I was
That
like,
was good.
dude, perfect.
Perfect timing, yeah. How
So
about
Because I got there and I was like, oh, I can't do it. I might as well at least check with telescope when I get there. And then I started pause buffering to land on the island and I saw it. Oh,
how much did anyone enjoy the hints? Because we got hinted a wallet, we got hinted 2 bottles, and a lot of people just got wallets and bottles that were not the ones that were hinted at all. So
I don't think anyone was gonna go get that maze chest bottle.
Yeah, I had immediately checked it off. I was like, nope, not happening.
It was a nice surprise getting a wallet in FF. I like that. I think that's where it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not having to go to Needle Cave is really nice, especially because Fire and Ice were at the end of E ET.
I don't think wallet mail led to anything though, but still, yeah, good to get it.
all right, Tifa clearing out a lot of the rest of her temple. I think she just has Manenko now to get.
Yeah, Maninko looks like she did hide and seek, so
Just 2 shards not marked off, but everything else.
I got so lucky that Mineko was the last shard because I had like 12 locations left after Mineko. I just guessed right, I guess.
Yeah, that's. I think as Elijah mentions, always has to be at last location. But when you have 1 item and 12 checks remaining, at that point it's like.
Yeah.
I think I had like
Let's take a
5
gamble.
checks. Yeah, I had 5 checks left in the seed. It was getting there, but it was all checks I didn't want to do.
Tifa needs to scrounge for some money here too. Doesn't
Oh,
have quite
true.
enough to pick up the Beto mail.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't expect to not have the money at the end of
Yep.
the seed.
Yeah, I mean that is another thing. It's if you don't pick up brown chests, you don't get any random Trevors around or any random 200 rupee drops. If you don't plan for it, then you'll get caught out.
Oh, we have Mongol finishing in 14th place with the time of 2:05:57. GG's to Mongol.
GG's, yeah. 20 runners in this race. 14 have finished so far. 1 is DNF'd. Just down to the remaining 5 here.
I'm really
Yep.
curious to find out why. But I have to wait. It's the eternal struggle. It's waiting for the race to finish so you can read all the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Keep up finishing up with some Windfall checks. So we know one of her shards is on Mineko. I don't know if that's the last one. Might need
Looks
2
like
left.
she has 2
Flat
more.
upper. Cliff Flat Upper, I think, is the last one. I think it's a
Oh,
little hard.
right, because that was Maggie's, right? Maggie's letter?
Maybe she has.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
No, okay, she has Cliff Flat Upper. So then she's missing 1 more shard.
I got to showcase storing the windmill cutscene on Restream. I didn't have to watch it. It was great.
Anything that we can do that looks quicker, because we don't know if it is quicker, but it
No,
looks quicker for sure.
I did a lot of timing on it. It actually just it doesn't really help at all in when doing Mila. I just kind of do it for fun. But if you ever get like hinted Mila's dead, then it is way faster to store that cutscene.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I think Spectron was the first to go to Windfall.
Yeah. Pretty much straight away. And first to enter Wind Temple, I think you're around the 30-minute markish.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, I looked, and usually I'm used to it being like at least an hour in before I go into like Wind Temple. It's like it's been
Yeah.
30 minutes.
But this time is your logical first dungeon. That's
With
Yep.
FF and logic.
yeah.
No, Butterlord went into FF before.
With starting
Temple.
Skullhammer.
Yeah.
Looks like Tifa might have possibly mishinted or mistracked something.
Oh,
Did she store the chest in Foggy Floor Masters and then save and quit?
If she went into Gel Hollow with that chest sword, she would get the shard.
No, I saw her go through normally. I remember seeing
Because
her
she
do
paused
that.
she paused at that hint, so I was wondering if she.
I know some people have mentioned about mixing up like the Stalfos Crypt and the Stalfos mini boss. I don't know if that would be the case, but she's going to go to Needle Rock here, which we know is dead
What
entirely.
Overworld Triforce? What Overworld shards were there? I forget.
We had. I forget too.
we've got letter from Baito's mother. There's the Menenko. There's the Floor Masters, middle of Hub Room and Wind Temple, and Miss Marie.
I would probably guess the middle of Wind Temple then, if I had to guess one, but there's not going to be much of a way for Tifa to know that, unfortunately. So hopefully,
if it's
she's able to
that
get back
one,
on.
like that would suck.
Yeah.
So bad.
Hopefully, she's able to get back on track here.
It's one of the rough things about CTMC is if you mispeak a chest, it can be game over.
Yeah, there have been a lot more DNFs this season. I've noticed in season 4 because exactly that, like mispeaking a chest and then suddenly you're 100 checks later in the seed, and which one did you mispeak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like my first or second S5, I mispeaked chest on top of boulder at Dragon Roost. I thought I didn't need it, but it had hookshot, so I did the whole seed without hookshot and even more covered.
Carry on saying it could very easily be Miss Mary. Yeah, that's for sure. There's a lot going on, a lot to keep in mind. Again, it's all it takes is one one lapse, and you don't know where your solution is.
Sometimes maybe you finish Killer Bees and you mark off both checks, and then after you get Ivan's item, you look at your tracker and you're like, okay, what do I have to do next? But you've already marked off Miss Marie, so you just leave. I know a lot of people have completely skipped islands in S4 doing that.
Is that a bait? Oh, that's the hinted wallet, right?
It's the hinted wallet Needle Rock that Tifa picking up there. Yes. GG's to Sir Quasi, 15th place, time of 2:10:48. Yeah, I know this is always the worst feeling. I've certainly done it. I've had a few DNFs thankfully in practice, not in qualifiers yet. There's still time, but it's not a nice feeling whenever it happens. Just thinking real hard on where it could be now, where it could have been a chest that might have been overlooked. Yeah, I was going to say as well, the way that I mark down hints is I write down my path ones, but the item ones I generally try to just remember, like, this is a place where you have to go to get an item. So I would have probably gotten baited into picking up the wallet and the bottles. I'm like, oh, of course, that was it. I didn't have to come here.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I forgot that I had a bottle already, so I went to Horseshoe and did all golf. And I remember, oh wait, I don't need to be here.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, absolutely. Know that feel.
Yeah.
The seed was interesting. for sure. Lots of duplicates, and then the bowless, bombless Wind Temple.
Yeah, we are continuing with the weird seeds, Bolus, Bombless, Wind Temple. Earth Temple being kind of a little bit janky as well with those 2 bow placements.
Yeah, 2 bows in the basement, and 2 shards or items that lead to shards in the basement as well, I think. Yeah,
A couple people got to single dip angular, which was a good advantage. Waited until you got Mirror Shield to go there, and then you got your sword and your leaf. I think what was it? Butterlord had to double dip angular, and I think one other runner.
I also had to double dip. Which is never fun, but
yeah.
Cryptic
Looks like
above finishing 16th. Yes. 212.58. We are not going to get any normal seeds in the qualifiers. They'll all come in the bracket. They'll just be jet after jet after jet.
They're always horrible. I still remember the qualifiers for S4 a year ago. Oh. Spoiler log qualifiers, even.
Sounds like I need to go watch those quals for S4. Looks like we got Jaznix 08 finishing in 17th place with a time of 2:13.42. GG's.
And it looks like, unfortunately, Parker the Panda has forfeited, which means Tifa is going to be our last runner at the moment here.
Probably the worst race seed I've ever had to do, like in a tournament. Had forced Tot G at the last dungeon, but you'd have to enter without a bow. You would clear out the whole seed, and then you'd have to go to Tot G as your last dungeon without bows. And it was so bad.
Oh, Tifa is unfortunately not enjoying this, I think.
I think she's checked off everything on her tracker.
Yeah, it probably just came down to either a miss peak or early marking off and then forgetting to do it.
Yeah, that's another thing I've seen. Like, it wasn't this seed, but people just peeking a chest, saying, okay, I'll get that, and then mark it off. And then just never coming back to get it.
Yeah, definitely done that before.
Same.
All right. Yeah, any other thoughts or comments or weird things that happen? Hoping one predictions for what the next one's going to be and what jank it's going to pull. Like,
I'm hoping for a jet seed next qualifier, even though I'm not playing.
Got to be one of them.
Was the last Tingle statue in a dead island, or was there like a check that none of us did?
I assume it was hinted Dead Island.
Assuming so, because nobody got 5 statues. Everyone has 4.
Yep.
Oh, Tanjo's predicting a Baron Windfall. We can only hope.
There was something that I was contemplating for a little bit this seed. If Outset is hinted dead, does that also mean that Grandma's Mail is hinted dead?
No. Grandma Mail is separate from Outset checks.
Right. Tifa actually getting a really good Phantom Ganon fight here.
Yeah, because I know on stuff like if Forbidden Woods is hinted dead, then Letter from Orca is also dead. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a little strange with the way that it happens, but Grandma would be considered mailbox, so that's not Outset.
Yep.
But I know Cabana Deed has kind of an interesting integration with that as well, because I don't think Cabana Deed can be hinted to dead items since it's one that you can mark in inventory, but...
You know what? I think Tifa actually may not have done Helmrock King. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think I ever saw her do that.
I thought I saw her in the boss fight.
Oh, wait, maybe she did.
Unless she missed the shard on the boss arena. I can't see that happening, but I mean, stranger things have happened.
I'm sorry, I questioned the trackers. My bad. Please forgive me, trackers.
How dare you?
Well, it also looks like she didn't do Phantom Ganon at all, though, unless he respawns or something if you leave.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
That's
Did
true.
she do-
She did
did
get
she
her
do
leaf.
Did she do storage the first time? Maybe she like soft reset and lost progress.
Well, I mean, I don't usually use storage if I'm full clearing Forsaken Fortress. I usually just go through it normally.
Yeah, she did have the leaf and the hookshot, I believe, going in there. But yeah, well, I guess we'll find out right away here. There he is, or there Helmrock is. So that's
Yep, that's really unfortunate.
Oh,
we are back on track.
Yep.
But yes, we have some
at least you
wonderful
found it. That's good that we found
Yep.
it.
Because she's persevering. Takes definitely strong mental
Mhm.
fortitude to deal with this sort of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, we had some wonderful trackers. We have some wonderful runners. A lot of wonderful people here.
Off the hook this time. Okay, phew. Thank you.
I could have sworn that we saw Helmrock in that version of it, though. That's,
Me too.
I mean, it is tough to keep track of 4 people while you're talking about what's going on, so it's very easy to miss that for sure. But yeah, great. Good props on kind of recognizing that and finding out what you were missing, and great noticing that by Kiva here.
Yep.
There she is expressing her feelings about what Hamrock is doing there. Jasnix as well for the party rating with the party of 6.
Yep.
Good game, good
Alright.
game.
Okay, so we will be raiding Tifa now to end this race because she has quite a lot to do to finish this seed. So yeah, thanks for the restream today. Thanks to Akol and Gold Quiver for commentating, and thanks to Godlink and Vimilia for tracking. Also, thanks to all the runners for today. So we still have quite a lot of qualifiers to go. So yeah, we'll be trying to restream more of them. But yeah, that's it for tonight. So I just start the race for Tifa now. Yeah. Thanks everyone, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.